Let's continue, shall we? The box of steamed buns is the evidence. Pick up any bits of information here. No, we just have our doubts. Evidence. Still a lot of pieces that haven't really gone anywhere yet, like this. What would all that have to do with Officer Ma's encounter? If meat buns are left in a stuffy environment for 6 hours, they will definitely spoil. But Afu tasted them at that time, and the buns were not spoiled. Absolutely true! Afu is your assistant, so if he says they're not spoiled, then they're not spoiled. Someone, bring the confiscated food box here. I will personally taste it. Ah, yes. Let's make this a 100% impartial tasting in either direction. Have the judge taste him. Shen, the food box is empty. Where'd the buns inside go? Dog. Your assistant ate all the spoiled buns. I clearly ate only one. And it was not spoiled. Shen, it was Officer Ma. He fed all the buns to the dog. You dare to turn the tables on me. How can you accuse me of destroying evidence? Shen, what should we do now? Let's look at this from a different perspective. Officer Ma was the last person to enter the crime scene. The bloodstained coat was most likely destroyed by him at that time. If we can prove this point, then everything will be proven. Right, there doesn't seem to be many people who know about Lo Pei's bloodstained coat. Lord, the bloodstained coat was clearly burned by Lo Shiwen. Shen is distorting the truth. No, this evidence proves that the person who burned the bloodstained coat is not Lo Shiwen. One of these two. We already put it in a welch to stash it later. Okay. There we go. Everyone, please take a look. These are fragments of broken rice cakes and the belt of Lo Pei's windcoat. Afu found these in the dry well near Lo Pei's house. They'd have been discarded by Lo Shiwen. What do these things have to do with me? I hadn't figured it out before. Why did Lo Shiwen separately dispose of the belt and the coat? If the intention was to destroy them, why not burn them together? Indeed, why would he do so? There's only one reason that can explain it. Lo Shiwen didn't intend to burn the coat. He disposed of the evidence by throwing the coat and the cake together into the dry well. It is indeed quite common for a perpetrator to dispose of evidence in multiple locations. That was a Western-style coat, and the belt should be inserted into the belt loops at the back. There is something that everyone is unaware of. There's a discarded rake head underneath the well, and the belt got caught on it. The belt would have come off when Officer Ma pulled up the coat. After all, Officer Ma is big and tall, unable to go down into the well like Afu. That's why he didn't take the broken cake and the belt from the bottom of the well. Aha! These are all your speculations, just speculations. I did not go to find any bloodstained coat, nor did I arrange for anyone else to do so. It is possible that Lo Shiwen took the bloodstained coat back. It has nothing to do with me. Lo Shiwen is awake now. Did he go down the well to retrieve the bloodstained coat? Just ask him. Officer Ma, it's an undeniable fact that you have investigated the dry well. This can prove it. Red and yellow thread. Is that related to you? Oh, red and yellow thread. It has to be that, right? From your sword. Decisive evidence is this thin thread. Absurd! What can a single thread prove? This thin thread was found in the gap between the bricks on the red wall. On the well wall. The thread is clean and intact, not exposed to sun or rain. Clearly it got stuck in recently. What is the connection between this thin thread and Officer Ma? Judge Cheng, this thin thread is red and yellow. Its color is quite distinctive. The red part of it is dark crimson, not a dyed color. Looks more like long dried blood stains. The yellow part also appears aged. Originally it should have been a bright yellow color. May I kindly ask both of you to explain more clearly? I would like to point out the connection between this thread and Officer Ma. Be right here. There it is, this thin thread. It is the tassel from Officer Ma's sword. Ugh. Ah! Got him. This tassel has dried bloodstains on it, which is a unique characteristic of Officer Ma's sword. The thread got stuck in the crevice as Officer Ma leaned over the well, probing with his sword. Ma, during the pursuit of a fugitive, you damaged your scabbard. The bloodstained tassel moved me. I borrowed your sword and had a new scabbard crafted using high-quality wood. Just now I took a closer look at this thread, and indeed it is from your tassel. No, it's not me. I did investigate that well, but I didn't find anything. It's also possible that someone else took the bloodstained coat before I had the chance. Officer Ma, did you just say you didn't order anyone to look for the bloodstained coat? Except Lo Shiwen. Everyone who knew about the bloodstained coat was at Lo Pei's house. It was only you, me, Afu, and Judge Cheng who knew about it. Ugh. Officer Ma, what is the truth behind all this? Oh. Shen, stop accusing others without evidence. Don't blame the weapons if harm comes your way. Officer Ma, for now, please put down the sword. Lord, Shen is being too oppressive. I have been wronged and treated unfairly. I cannot accept it in my heart. Even if I believe that you are being unjustly treated, you still need to give me an explanation for the bloodstained coat. Shen has a silver tongue. It's hard for me to defend myself. If you have evidence to prove your innocence, that would be acceptable too. Lord, if I have a way to prove my innocence, would you please help in bringing charges against Shen for false accusation? For this matter, the punishment for false accusations in our dynasty is severe, but Mr. Shen was invited by me. Are you suggesting, my lord, that you have made up your mind to show favoritism? Judge Chang, if Officer Ma is truly innocent, I am willing to accept punishment. Shen! Officer Ma, can you speak out now? What can prove your innocence? Oh boy. According to the Great King Legal Code, it stipulated that those who falsely accuse others and receive a flogging shall also be punished with a second-degree offense. Crimes of exile, penal servitude, or caning The accuser shall be punished with a third-degree offense, in addition to the original false accusation, with a maximum limit of 100 canings and a 3,000-mile exile. If the accused has already served their sentence and is later proven that they were wrongly accused, they shall be released and their belongings returned to them. Toll fees for the distance traveled during the exile shall be deducted from the accused person's account and compensated to the falsely accused. Therefore, the accuser not only bears the punishment for their false accusation, but also faces additional penalties and compensation, thus granting justice to the falsely accused. Ah. So the attempt was made to provide recompense for a false accusation. Oops. Yes. Alright. Suspicions. Lord, Shen's accusations against me are all based on speculation and have no basis. I had never seen that blood-stained coat, so I cannot provide any explanation for it. It is possible that Yang burned the clothing, since he is an accomplice of Lo Shi Wetten. To determine my innocence, all you need to do is take a look at the hands of the deceased. Auntie Vu, is there anything special about the hands of the deceased? The fingertips have abrasions and bruises, with the nails and surrounding skin being damaged. These are the resistance wounds left by her struggling to scratch and claw before death. Therefore, do you believe that the murderer would have scratch marks on their body? But precisely on his hands. A logic I have explained to Officer Ma before, that in the cases of asphyxiation, victim will by instinct grab the source of the strangling force and pull outward to resist. Therefore, it often leaves scratch marks on the murderer's hands. That is indeed still a remaining contradiction. She had signs of being drugged, but she also had signs of resisting. But, Auntie, wasn't the murder weapon in this case a scroll painting? Miss Liu, when resisting, would have been grabbing the scroll, right? Take a closer look at that painting. Are there scratch marks on it? There are no scratch marks. Only some signs of compression. No wall dust or floor dirt in the victim's hair or back shows that she was strangled from behind. Murderer's hands would be placed near the center of the scroll, so as to control the victim. Since the victim wasn't able to grab the scroll during the struggle, she'd only grab the hand. I mean, by simply examining Officer Ma's hand, we can determine if he is the real murderer. This is just my humble opinion. Officer Ma rolled up his sleeves. My hands are clean and clear. I'm innocent. Auntie, is it possible that Officer Ma wore gloves when he committed the crime? The girl scratched her nails when she struggled. She grabbed so hard, even through the clothes, there would be bruises. What do you have to say now, Shen? The legal code states the crime of false accusation shall be punished with a third-degree offense. What is the crime you falsely accused me of? Murder. That's a capital crime. Mr. Shen, Officer Ma has already presented the evidence. Do you still insist that he is the murderer? You can still withdraw the charges now, and I will treat everything as if it never happened. Shen, shall we take time to consider this matter thoroughly? Although it is frustrating to let Officer Ma escape in this case, we'll have to accept it. This is escalating. It appears that Mr. Shen cannot find any loopholes either. Ha ha ha. Lord, in such a situation, can we really not consider Mr. Shen's actions as false accusation? Know when to stop, Officer Ma. It seems this case won't have a conclusion anytime soon. Let's adjourn the hearing for today. Wait a moment. Judge, I still firmly believe that Officer Ma is the murderer. Mr. Shen, even so, are you confident you can prove conclusively that Officer Ma is the killer? I'd like to give it a try. Shen? Did you simply disregard what Auntie Vu said earlier as if it were nothing? I was initially planning to let you off the hook for Lord's sake, but now it is far from over. Mr. Shen, I can only give you one chance. Thank you, Judge Shen. One chance is enough. Shen, how do you plan to prove it then? It was the sword. Did Officer Ma conceal the wound in some way? Was it possible that Miss Liu's finger injury was not a defensive wound? Just reviewed the case in my mind, and the current line of reasoning seems to be correct. However, Officer Ma has presented a counter-argument from a new angle. We should also shift our perspective and consider alternative angles. Instead of discussing whether something is true or not, let's take a moment to contemplate. Why are there no scratches on Officer Ma's hands? Mr. Shen, please present the evidence. One possible explanation for the lack of scratches on the Officer Ma's hands is... we've got our one chance. I'm going to try and submit this. Reason why there are no scratches on Officer Ma's hands is... it is because he was wearing arm guards. Oh! Not long ago he had the arm guards reinforced by a blacksmith. Shen, are you kidding me? The arm guards protect the forearm, not the hand. What if Officer Ma used his arms to hold the scroll tightly? It wouldn't be tightly secured. There'd be bruises on the chin, even if she didn't break free. But in fact, she only had strangulation marks on her neck. Only strangulation marks on the neck. Mr. Shen, there are no injuries on Officer Ma's hands, even if I agree with your argument. It is still difficult to conclusively determine that he is the murderer, isn't it? He could have killed her wearing arm guards, but it's also possible he's not related at all. If we were to find out the true weapon used in this case, things would be totally different. Is the sword? Both facts in the blacksmith's notes are important. A true murder weapon? Isn't the murder weapon the scroll? The true murder weapon is... oh wow, we have lots of options here. Cane, arm guard, scroll, walking stick. Oh shit, I fucked up. No, Officer Ma's sword. The scabbard. The scabbard has cloud patterns, but no corresponding marks were found on Miss Liu's neck. Officer Ma first wrapped the scabbard with the arm guard and used it as a club to kill her, to prevent the patterns of the scabbard from leaving marks on the victim's neck. What? What a complex method. Shen, you are indeed eloquent and almost managed to deceive Lord again. I'll take the game over. The so-called murder weapon you mentioned is essentially no different from the scroll. If you just mentioned killing this way, the murderer's hands would inevitably be scratched. Would you explain this? Please allow me a moment to think. Consider? Oh? Lord, baseless accusations and reckless behavior will undermine our authority as officials. They must hold him accountable for the false accusations he has made. Well, in that case... Lord, at this point, are you still trying to cover for him? Come on, take Shen, Chungping, and Afu away first. Exiled. Ah. Traveling 1,000 miles under punishment. What if this unique game over for failing earlier? There's still been bruises. So if it's not the scroll... Okay, it is the armed guard. What? How? How do you explain that? Miss Liu was indeed strangled from behind by Officer Ma. It was not the scroll that strangled her, but the arm of Officer Ma wearing a guard. When Miss Liu struggled, she grabbed the reinforced arm guard of Officer Ma. That's why there were no scratch marks left on Officer Ma's hands. Yes, this is all speculation. You have no evidence. The strangulation marks on Miss Liu's neck are the evidence. Ah! Compare the strangulation marks with the measurements of the arm guards in the manual. Oh, your arm guard's straps perfectly match the vertical bars in this strangulation mark. With the strangulation marks also matches better compared to the scroll painting. All contact leaves traces. Even if you destroy the arm guards, Blacksmith Chung Ta can help verify the truth. Then, why? The straps of the scroll painting also match perfectly. The scroll painting is a meticulously prepared fake weapon. The straps of the scroll painting were dismantled from the arm guard. Oh! I found it strange before as well. Scroll paintings are usually bound with silk ribbons. Why is there a leather strap on this scroll painting? And why there are two of them? This must be your attempt to cover up after noticing the strangulation marks left by the arm guards. Confess, Officer Ma. You can no longer deny it. Really long think. Really long think. Okay. Good God. It was indeed me who killed her. Ma Tai Wei. Why? Why did you kill a female editor? Because you're a low-pay fanboy. You. Say something. This is where we can present youth. What were you doing there to begin with, that you found the letter? Officer Ma killed Miss Liu, perhaps for the sake of this person. Lope? Miss Liu had a simple social relationship in this town. Apart from Lo Shiwen, the only person with a motive to kill her is Lo Pei. Lo Pei? But wasn't Liu Picheng his editor? The child Tian Tian witnessed a conflict between two of them. The cause was that Miss Liu wanted Lo Pei to announce Lo Shiwen as a co-author of the novel. This is just Lo Shiwen's nonsense. No one in town believes it. Rumors can sometimes be closer to the truth, even if they are based on baseless claims. What do you mean by that? I have read Lo Pei's novels, and during the investigation I have also seen Lo Shiwen's manuscripts. As detective stories, the core tricks in both of their works are truly designed by one person. Why doesn't anyone believe in Lo Shiwen, then? Curse of popularity, Lo Pei's stories have vivid characters and tightly woven plots that keep readers engaged. Yet, like I was saying before, Lo Shiwen designed the tricks, Lo Pei co-opted them and fleshed them out into full-fledged stories. Lo Shiwen's writing seems like a mere list of events, making it tedious and boring to read. Therefore, everyone assumes that he is simply jealous of Lo Pei. But Liu Picheng noticed this matter. I found a half-written letter on Lo Shiwen's desk, and the handwriting appears from Miss Liu. Based on its content, Miss Liu intends to expose Lo Pei. This move might have caused Lo Pei to panic, so he took advantage of the admiration from Officer Ma and instigated him to commit murder. No, Master Lo is innocent. It's all my fault for acting on my own. Liu Picheng was bewitched by someone and wanted to destroy Master Lo. I couldn't bear to watch any longer, so I resorted to this plan. What? What do you mean? That day when Master Lo invited me for tea, I finally knew. Its editor, Liu Picheng, planned to forcibly list Lo Shiwen as a co-author of Master Lo's novel. Lo Shiwen is indeed a heavy smoker. At that time, I was so furious that I drew my sword and pointed it toward the sky. Well, that matter came up during Chapter 1. And that also came up earlier in this chapter with Lo Shiwen getting over an opium addiction. It is truly heartbreaking to see Master Lo's lifelong reputation being ruined in this way. But Master Lo was kind and comforted me. Liu Picheng was resolved, and he is indifferent to fame. He said he already arranged a chat with Lo Shiwen last night to give him a chance to mend his ways. Upon hearing this, I came up with a plan. If I kill Liu Picheng and frame Lo Shiwen, I can protect Master Lo. So the crumbs of the corner of Miss Liu's mouth were also planted by you to frame Lo Shiwen. Those were placed by me when I entered the scene for the second time. Oh, so she wasn't drugged. Please tell me what happened last night. Mr. Shen has already explained most of what happened last night. I spent the whole night following Liu Picheng and looking for a chance to kill her. I heard her arguing with that untrustworthy Lo Shiwen and saw her crying by the bridge. After she encountered Mr. Shen and a Fu, she suddenly ran to Lo Shiwen's house. This gave me the perfect opportunity. That moment Liu Picheng focused on writing a letter and didn't notice me behind her. When I glimpsed the content, I was even more certain of her guilt from behind her. After she died, I tied the belt of my arm guard to the scroll and put the corpse in the wardrobe. In this way, I thought I could blame everything on Lo Shiwen. I never expected. I wonder if Lo Shiwen was trying to tell telling Liu Picheng about his plan to kill Lo Pei. And that's what finally set her on the edge to try and write this out to stop him before he did anything reckless. And that's why she was so frantic and upset last night. To another long think. But you didn't expect that around the same time Lo Shiwen decided to kill Lo Pei. Ooh. The parallels. Oh, that's cool. That's cool. Fate plays tricks on us. You were trying to frame Lo Shiwen for murder. Lo Shiwen, on the other hand, was the one who murdered Lo Pei. Surprisingly, Lo Shiwen unexpectedly had an alibi in relation to this case. He You had to go back to burn the coat and heat the charcoal to mislead Auntie Vu. How many lies have you told me, Matawe? A lie often requires another lie to cover it up. First line, Chapter 7, The Confined Room Mystery. Mr. Shen, you are also. I misjudged you, Mr. Shen. You're a mystery fan. Come on, take Matawe to the jail. Solved. I'd love to hear Lo Shiwen's thoughts, true thoughts on Liu Picheng. 15 minutes later at the court's prison cell. Are we gonna get it? Shen Jungbing explained to Lo Shiwen what happened in the courtroom. I'm so foolish. I said many rude things to Miss Liu. Oh. Okay. When everyone laughed at me and called me a crazy person, I wished someone would believe me. Even if there were only one. When this person finally appeared, I didn't believe her, and instead suspected her motives. Okay, so it didn't necessarily tell her he was planning on committing murder, but still, the fact that he didn't believe that she meant well really did lead her to, go and try this. To go and try and write this out. To prove to him, I guess, that she is, was really going to do this. What others said is true. I am ungrateful and vicious. It's not all your fault. You were shunned by the village, and so made you predisposed to not believe when someone genuinely meant well. After being suppressed for far too long, it's inevitable that you will doubt yourself. Mr. Shen, I once framed you, but you helped me instead. Actually, I did it for myself. I came to you to learn about the book, The Confined Room Mystery. I really want to know how you came up with the twist in that book. Why? Why? What do you have to ask about this book? I don't know.
Huh?
Don't know? Mr. Shen, you are really smart. You have seen through me completely. The Confined Room Mystery. That's the real reason why I killed Lo Pei. Half a year ago, Lo Pei went to Yangtze with Miss Liu to visit the Golden Words. After returning, he wrote The Confined Room Mystery. The other day, Miss Liu came to see me. She said that she found out that the ideas in most of Lo Pei's books were not his own. He thought it was wrong. I was a co-author of his books. Lo Pei should have put my name on it. I went to talk to Lo Pei, but he kept showing me how successful The Confined Room Mystery was. And saying he could write books on his own. I'm indispensable. Well, this is really irritating. I was not angry. I know I'm useless. I'm good at nothing but the Imperial examination. Master Lo has a brilliant literary talent. He has made many friends in that circle. Only he can turn my ideas into stories. Only he can turn my ideas into stories. Seeing fans like the twists in his story, my heart... Actually, I'm very happy. But the Confined Room Mystery made you realize that you're not the only one. Hey! How can you use other people's plot twists? And what is the point of my life? Since my life has no meaning. Then let's die together. What? That's why I killed him. That's why I killed him. Mr. Shen, Lo Shiwen is going crazy again. You should leave right now. It's time to give him smoking cessation pills. Oh boy. Shen, is it a bad thing to have passion for something? why do you suddenly ask me this? I feel that both Officer Ma and Lo Shi-wen genuinely love detective novels. And both of them killed someone because of it. The perils of fandom. I wonder if one day my love of science will make me do bad things too. Lope bears a great responsibility for Lo Shi-wen's current situation. As for the problem you mentioned, I think we only need to distinguish between love and fanaticism.
Huh?
Fanaticism? Officer Ma's blind worship is a kind of fanaticism. Lo Shi-wen gradually became extreme due to excessive obsession. It's a different kind of fanaticism. True love is rational. I see. But can people really stay rational when it comes to things they truly care about? A good question. Judge Chang. Soldiers found the arm cards at Mata Wei's residence that had not been disposed of yet. Several scratches were also found on them. This case should be a solid one, without a doubt. That's good to know. Mr. Shen is truly a master detective, having successfully solved 2 cases in a row. Your praise is too kind, Judge Cheng. And we owe much to Afu's assistance, too. Ha ha ha! Oh. Anti-Vu? You are really awesome. Oh, wow. Right praise. Anti-Vu, thank you. Was talking to Liu. Was talking to Shen, not you. I'm talking about Mr. Shen. You should learn from him. Certainly I should. Auntie, it is your analysis that has provided direction for this case. You're being modest. If you hadn't exposed Mata Wei's plot, I'd have almost become his accomplice. Well, may I consult you about a question regarding the posture of a corpse? Go ahead. Shen Chunping introduced the characteristics of a corpse to Anti-Vu. Oh, what you described, called Opisthotonus, strongly resembles Kangji poison.
Huh?
Kangji poison. Kangji poison. Poison made from Nux vomica. After ingestion, it causes intense full-body contortions and agonizing pain. Results in a posture where the head and feet meet, resembling being tracted. Hence the name. What a horrible thing! Strychnine sulfate, toxic component of Nux vomica, is known as strychnine in Western medicine. London police have carefully examined the body and found no trace of strychnine. I'm not an expert in Western medicine, but since you say so, it must have been repeatedly verified. Yes. Forensic science is vast and profound, and I only have a superficial understanding of it. I will discuss with the old coroners I know and reply to you later. Thank you, Anti-Vu. Lord, I met a boatman at the dock just now. He seemed to be looking for Mr. Chen. Mr. Shen. Shen, Uncle Wong is here to pick us up. In that case, you two should hurry up and hit the road. Officer Ma is being held in another cell, but I still intend to have a chat with him. Judge Chang, let us part ways here then. It's the courtroom. There'll be no admittance. Young lad, nice to see you again. Would you like to help me? Would you like me to help you improve your detective skills? Right now, I don't want to become the next target like Master Lo. Young people's aspirations change quickly. It's all right. I have other books here. Shall we take a look at this book? New Tales of Mr. Braggadocio. And this book, The New Story of the Stone, will surely open your mind after reading it. The New Story of the Stone is related to opening one's mind? You have no idea what this book is about. It tells a sci-fi story of someone brought back to life and using a submarine to travel everywhere. I want to read it. Soldier Chen. Soldier, why'd you turn down the notice? Old Cho has checked it. It's useless now. Why? The Imperial examination system was abolished years ago. This is not a real exam pass list. Oh. What's the story behind this list, then? It must have been prepared specifically for Mr. Cho. Old Cho spent his whole life taking the exams. The Imperial examination system was abolished. It's hard for him to accept. I suppose it's better to let him believe the exam still exists than to have no hope at all. It's not too much trouble for me to come and stick one up every year either. That's weirdly really sweet? Shit, with the exam system abolished, does that mean that the scholar's lifelong studies are all wasted? It's also kind of sad. Rather than saying his studies were wasted, they can say that his purpose of learning has changed. But the old scholar is already at an advanced age. Lo Pei and Lo Shiwen are also scholars. Did they begin to write novels because of this? Reform is like a torrential stream, and people inevitably get swept up in it. Why was the Imperial examination system abolished then? To introduce modern schools and education, old practices need to be abolished. This is the way of development. Ah. Good dog. Will you accept pets? Why did it like Shen? Mr. Woodcutter is not here. Where'd the dog go? Oh, there's Tintin.
Huh?
Tintin, why are you hiding here? Earlier, Tintin was eavesdropping on a conversation and then fell asleep. What'd you hear then? Someone said Master Lo was a fraud, and everyone sighed and went back to their rooms feeling sad. Tian has been saying all along that Master Lo is a bad person. Next time Tian will tell Sister Liu about this news. It seems that Tian is still unaware of Miss Liu's death. He'll definitely be saddened once he finds out. Tiny lock seals the door. Hyper-realistic chickens still hanging out. We can no longer fish. Goodbye, Soldier Chen. You were rather charming. Okay, goodbye. Ah, so many things happen in one night. It would make a great detective story. Write it down, you could be the next Master Lo. Just don't steal your twists from others. Was that an achievement I unlocked? In 1900, the Eight-Nation Alliance occupied Beijing, dealing a severe blow to the Qing government. To salvage the situation, Empress Dowager Cixi announced the implementation of reforms the following year, including reforms to the Imperial examination system. These reforms abolished the eight-legged essay, focused on current affairs and practical matters, and transformed old academies into modern schools. The transition was originally planned to take place gradually over 10 years. Opposition from conservatives grew increasingly strong. In 1905, Zhang Zhidong, others petitioned for the immediate abolition of the imperial examination system. Shortly thereafter, Empress Dowager 6E issued an edict, formally ending the 1,000-year-old imperial exam system. Ah, okay. Oh, these are cool. Oh. Okay, oh wow, so there really are a bunch of unique endings here. I'll have to look into these. Maybe we'll do a compilation afterwards. I love that, though. Aw. Oh, dang it. Alright, let's move on. Blacksmith? Chung-ta, the case has been solved. It was Officer Ma who killed Miss Liu. Ah, yes, I heard about it. Thanks to your ironwork manual, we were able to bring Officer Ma to justice. I'm glad it was helpful. Can I have it back? Nope, see ya. But the two detectives also enjoy rice cakes. No, they like to eat buns. Oh, let's go buy some too. Can we buy some buns for the road? Fu, what are you looking for?
Huh?
What? How come Mr. Cow's pastry stall is gone? I suppose it must have closed down after selling out. Oh, well, I was planning to get some steamed buns to take on the road. Oh, that's fair. Oh my, you are finally back. I'm sorry, Uncle Wong. We encountered a case that caused delays. I figured it would be like this. Let's hurry and get on the boat first. We're setting sail. Steady yourself. Minigame time. Steady yourself, don't fall in the water. That would be a hell of a time to spring that on us. Oh, fish! Hey! The art style is phenomenal. Steamboat? Hey, Shipmaster. With this flywheel, we can continue our journey. Shipmaster Lowe. Fu, you're just like your father, relentless in experiments, neglecting anything else. Uh-oh, has he also burned a generator while experimenting? Ha, things he's burned are much bigger than generators. When there's time later, I'll tell you more. For now, let's just replace this flywheel. Okay. Oh, there's our corkboard. I think we've seen this in passing in a cutscene. It's been a truly long day, hasn't it? Indeed. 2 consecutive murder cases in a single day. Shen, you've had a busy day too. Get some rest now. No rush. I need to make some case records. You haven't slept all night either. Why not take a break? Blacksmith Todd helped me make a spring. I want to install it in my invention. What new invention do you have now? It's a secret. Once I finish it, you'll find out. Don't burn the generator again. Don't worry. I'll pay attention to the voltage this time. Alright. Time advances. Shen, the captain to steer the ship towards Yangtze. Oh, we're going to Golden Words? Sure. Let's visit the Golden Words publishing house. Hopefully, we'll discover something there. Shen, how about telling me more about that case? I can help you. Certainly. I was planning to go through the case again from the beginning. Shen, are the details of the crime in Low-Paced novel really identical to this case? Indeed. It all started 3 years ago. 3 years ago, I was studying law in Boston. Boston! In August of the same year, I received a message from Joseph, a good friend of my brother, warning me that my brother had died mysteriously in his apartment in London. Determined to uncover the truth, I decided to travel to London. Flashback? Oh. That's a garb. The greenhouse ahead is where my brother met his fate. This is the place. Hello. May I ask if this is Officer Jones? Yeah. I'm John Shen, brother of Brian Shen. Ah. My close friend Brian Shen's younger brother, John Shen, is about to arrive in London. He's guided him to inspect Brian's death scene and facilitate his access to the case files. I write to inform you that John Shen, my departed friend's brother, shall soon arrive in London. And we beseech your assistance in arranging his pilgrimage to the site of Brian Shen's passing and provide him access to review the case files at Kensington Police Station. Profound regards, Joseph Locariat Bell. Joseph Iscariot Bell. And it's Joseph's request, I'll surely coordinate with you. I'm Cody Jones, investigating your brother's case. Just call me Jones. Thank you for your help. Speaking of which, your brother's scene looks rather, eerie. Young man, you sure you want to step in? I'm sure. All right. After checking the scene, come over to the office and we'll sort out some paperwork. Oh God, what is this accent? Say we can wrap up the case then. Oh? Mrs. Cheng. You guys again. How many times must you come without invite? Is police station too free, or the whole of London only have one case in my place? Mrs. Cheng, sorry for not giving you a heads up. Did I? Brought important person, huh? Move aside. Look. They really do look alike, these two brothers. Ah. Shame one of them's bloody dead. Younger brother is even more handsome than the elder brother. Landlady? Auntie Cheng. That is my brother sent me before. He often mentioned your care for him. Ah, a good man, your brother. Ambitious and talented. Bad luck such things happened. Mrs. Cheng, can we fast? Take off shoes first. Don't dirty my carpet. Keep windows shut. Bad energy if open. Every time you come, my house a mess. My medicine on the stove. Knock it over. See what happens. I bother. Dinner flash yourself. We denied me to intrude over much. Theoretically speaking, this should be your last trip. That's not what the signs say. You foreigners, you will have more visits. Alright, come in. Stick close to your esteemed guest. Esteemed guest? Without him, you'll break my vase today. Compensate me? It's croissant. Expensive. Lace? Ooh, good save. See, I told you. This room is his studio. The murder happened right here. He often locks himself inside, researching. I don't understand what he is researching either. Thank you, Auntie Cheng, for your help. Young man, take your time to look around. You, walk carefully. Don't break my things again. I really hope this is the last time I'm stepping in here. Officer Jones, could you please tell me about the situation at that time? Of course. That afternoon at 2:05, we got a telegram saying there's been a murder in this room. Went upstairs to check and found the door locked from the inside. I'd then break the lock open. Who is that dapper gentleman? Once inside, we saw the victim lying in a rather eerie pose on that chair. Oh! Dagger plunged into his chest. The expression was awfully strange. A little pain, but half his face seemed to be smiling. What kind of dagger is it? Is there anything special about it? Not remarkable in appearance, light in weight, and razor sharp. What's the current direction of the police investigation? Have you identified any suspects yet? Thought Joseph had already filled you in on this. Well, Mr. Shen, based on the evidence gathered so far, the police have come to the conclusion your brother took his own life. A suicide? Impossible. My brother would never kill himself. The room was sealed off at the time of the incident. All doors and windows were locked from the inside. The only key was in your brother's own hand. Locked room. Not just that, the weapon only had his own fingerprints on it as well. I can't decide to accept. My condolences. Oh, okay. Holy shit, this guy. Detective Sergeant. Man. Pharmaceutical researcher. Oh. Nice lady. Okay, so this is entirely a flashback case then. Interesting. Scotland Yard. 1829, British Parliament passed the Modern Professional Police Act for the first time, establishing the Metropolitan Police Service. This headquarters is located at 4 Whitehall Square. The public entrance faces the Great Scotland Yard Street, or they gradually referred to this London police as Scotland Yard. Its jurisdiction covers 32 boroughs such as Westminster and Camden. Oh, fingerprint identification can be traced back to the Qing Dynasty. When finger pressing, unsealed wax was used for sealing important letters by the Tang and Song dynasties. Theories related to identifying individuals by fingerprints were already in existence. 1788, jump forward a little bit, German anatomist Johann Christoph Andreas Mayer. Mom, why does Johann get 4 names? Was the first to propose that no two individuals have identical fingerprints, which gradually led to the formation of modern fingerprint science in the 19th century. Beginning of the 20th century, police stations in cities like Qingdao, and Shanghai established fingerprint registration departments, marking one of the symbols of judicial appraisal reform in the late Qing Dynasty. Alright, let us find room mystery. Okay, so we are definitely in a new chapter. Officer Jones, was my brother sitting in this chair at the time of death? Strictly speaking, he was not sitting in a chair, but leaning on it in a very peculiar posture. His head and lower limbs were bent downward, while his body arches upward like a bow. How could this be? We've looked into all sorts, but there's no definitive answer. No one already got a massive fright or pain reaction at the very moment of his passing. Oh, that's concerning. Brian, Mr. Shen? Mr. Shen, you alright, pal? You look as if you just come back from the depths of hell. Can I take a closer look around here? Please go ahead. Ooh, alright. An asbestos mesh with burn marks on it. The corner of the asbestos mesh is tied with wire, and the middle part has been replaced with... wax? It might have been used for experiments, as asbestos mesh is a common tool in labs. Ah. An unburned scrap of paper, seemingly made of oiled paper. It seems that there was some writing on it, but it is impossible to recognize it. Is this the shape of a key? Aye, we took it as evidence in our investigation. It's the sole key to the room we discovered gripped in Brian's left hand. There were only your brother's fingerprints on the key. Drops of blood on the floor, as well as on the edges of the chair, which have already coagulated. Oh, sorry, I'm too thinking of my accent here. There were no bloodstains in the room except near the chair. Officer, how were the bloodstains distributed on my brother's clothes at that time? There was a wee bit of bloodstains on the clothing near the dagger, but aside from that, it was not clear flow direction, neither left, right, up, nor down. Officer's brother, Officer Jones. My brother's body was contorted when he was killed. How was he leaning on the chair? Let me do a wee sketch for you. Here's how even the chair was set up at the moment. Victim's body in the chair found a fine equilibrium and delicate balance. Well, I'm not sure if that was a coincidence. There were many scattered paper ashes around the chair. Not just around the chair. There were quite a few paper ashes on your brother's body. Aye, I hear in the East, you burn paper during ancestral worship ceremonies. Do you reckon this has any connection to your brother's passing? Ancestral worship ceremonies? Indeed. Mrs. Chang mentioned that on August 15th, according to your calendar, is a special holiday. Yeah? That day was the Ghost Festival. Also the anniversary of my father's death. So you suggested that on that day your brother was performing ancestral worship for your father. It's not possible. Our relationship with our father was not good. We've never done such a thing before. Brian, what exactly happened? I won't let you die for this, like this, without knowing the truth. We'll definitely find the murderer and bring them to justice. When my brother's body was found, it was contorted. His body of the chair achieved a delicate balance. White circle represents the position and posture of my brother when he was killed. Get them died without knowing the truth. What else do we have to look at here? There are no bloodstains in the room except near the chair. There's a lot of blood on the clothing near the dagger, no other trace of blood elsewhere. Oh, deep claw marks on the chair legs. With slight traces of blood on them. Prime, what exactly did you experience? Hungry Ghost Festival, also known as Zhongyuan Festival, is a traditional Chinese festival from the 15th day of the 7th month of the lunar calendar. In ancient times, during the 7th month of the lunar calendar, the emperor presented the newly harvested grains to the ancestral temple to replay the blessings of gods, ghosts, and ancestors. In Buddhism, believers held a Bon festival ceremony on the same day according to the Ulambana Sutra, offering sacrifices to the monks and returning merit to their parents. In Taoism, it is said that the Emperor of the Central Plains, the highest official in the land, forgives the sins of the dead on this day. People offer flowers and fruits, set up altars, and recite scriptures, praying for the Emperor to forgive their ancestors and also save other souls. That does equate to August in the Chinese lunar calendar, if memory serves. Alright, on that note, we will pause for now. When we return, we'll continue Chapter 3. The flashback case. Until then.